You're working, you're selling, you're grinding, you're hammering it out, man, and shit's starting to pop off for you. Congratulations. Now you have a little bit of profits in the bank. Let's talk about what happens when you have profits. So you finally started your own business. Invest for the long term, and I'll show you exactly how. Be good to future you. So what happens when you start crushing it and you have a bunch of profits in your business? We talked about how to pay yourself, right? But we didn't talk about what you do when you get to the $50,000 profit mark. And it's a special number. And the reason I bring up $50,000 is because that's when it makes financial sense to form an S-Corp. It makes financial sense to form an S-Corp at around $50,000. Let me tell you why. When you take your LLC and you elect to have it file taxes, as an S-Corp, you're able to split your income into two different buckets: the earned income and the ordinary income. When you're able to split your income into two different buckets, you can change how much you're paying in taxes. For example, earned income will be in the form of your salary. You're going to pay full taxes on that. But distributions is ordinary income. And you don't have to pay self-employment taxes on distributions. And the only way to get access to distributions is to tell the IRS that you want to be taxed like an S-Corp. It's the only entity, it's the only tax status that will allow you to pass all the money through to your personal tax return and helping you avoid paying the self-employment tax of 15%. So, when you get to the profit mark of $50,000 or more per year, you're going to want to reach out to a few people. You're going to want a bookkeeper. That's the first thing. Bookkeepers cost around $100 to $300 a month, depending on how much they're doing for you and how much work you have for them. It's one of those people that I think you should hire right away. Have someone who's an expert in keeping books keep your books for you, not you. I'm not an expert at bookkeeping, so I need to pay the experts to take care of that for me so I can do what I do best. The second person you're going to want to reach out to is a CPA, specifically one who understands your industry or understands S-Corps and how they work. You're going to want to meet with that CPA to plan your tax strategy, right? He's going to help you plan out all your entities, how to get your holding company set up and your LLCs and your C-Corps and your real estate ventures and your partnerships and all the other things. The reason why we go to a CPA for this is because tax strategy and tax planning is not something that everybody thinks about doing. And it is more than half of the work that you have to do in order to start saving a ton of money in taxes. Okay, so we talked to the bookkeeper, we talked to the CPA. We also need to get in touch with an attorney, or we need to understand and learn how corporate law works. We need to start understanding the corporate requirements of having an S-Corp. We need to understand the rules. Now, you can do this with an attorney who specializes in asset protection or entity formation, or just a general practice attorney. Or you can learn enough to be able to leverage your CPA and your bookkeeper on your own. Or, you can hire someone to do it for you if they're not in any of those capacities. But the fact of the matter is that you want to have a bookkeeper and a CPA on your team, because the last thing that we need for that S-Corp, payroll program. You need payroll software, because when you're an S-Corp, you have to take a salary. It's one of the requirements. You have to take a reasonable salary. There is no way around that. And to take a salary means you have to be on payroll. Remember how I said earlier, the LLC, you pay yourself by taking an owner's draw. Okay? When you have an S-Corp, you don't take owner's draws. You're on a salary. You're on payroll. So you take a salary and then you're going to take distributions of the other money. So a reasonable salary, to reiterate, is whatever is reasonable for your industry and your job classification. I wish I could tell you more, but that's literally what the IRS says. They say reasonable salary. So you can do a couple things if you're in a class of salary that you have no idea. Like, I don't know what to do. You can look Glassdoor and look up other professionals in your industry and choose the low end, the high end, somewhere in the range. Or you can just default to 50%. 50%. 50% of the profits. Take half in a salary, take half in distributions. So we're taking our salary, we're taking our distributions. We're going to keep doing that And we're going to keep doing that, and we're going to keep learning, and we're going to keep improving on that process. We need the bookkeeper, we need a CPA, we need the payroll software, and we need to start following the corporate laws, the corporate requirements, right? Meeting minutes, statements of information, corporate books, things like that. And you can pay an attorney or a registered agent to help you with any of that stuff. So if you guys aren't able to find a CPA or someone that can help you structure S-Corps and entities, shoot me an email and I'll see if I can point you in the right direction. Just let me know where you're at and I'll see if I have somebody that can point you in the right direction. Maybe my CPA will be able to help you out too, if all else fails.